For someone that a few creators have claimed is not working the Kohberger case anymore, Ray sure has been getting mentioned a lot lately. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. So, most of you guys know that we have a hearing coming up in about 3.5 weeks or so. April 9th of 2025 is the next hearing in the Idaho case. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be open. I don't find a reason for it to be being sealed, but then again, this court and this case does what it wants. We shall see. For those of you that are here all the time, you guys know that we were going over all of the new documents that were dropped around 224 and beyond, and then got distracted by the intense insanity behind the text messages, behind the 911 call transcript, then the insanity of the 30-second clip that went around, and then the full audio coming out and everything that went along with that. And there are still about 6 or 7-ish documents on that ginormous list of stuff that ended up dropping that we still need to go over. Now, I'm going to go back and go over one of those documents before I actually get to today's order by Judge Hippler, because in my opinion, they go hand in hand. Now, the biggest fight in this case, besides the DNA, is location. Now, Bryan Kohberger himself has had experts come in and testify already that when it comes to the true, actual discovery that was handed over to the defense, everything that he has seen is exculpatory to Bryan Kohberger. Now, this witness is someone who has been working for over 20 years to put away bad guys. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to work for the defendant, to prove someone's innocence, and not just work to prove that man's innocence, but do it for free, completely pro bono. Now, there's been a sprinkling of a few select creators who have came out here with false information claiming that Ray was off of the case. Now, there was never any proof of that to begin with. Pretty much everyone with the brain knew that that was complete and utter crap, and who knows the reason for the lie. Who knows why crazy people do what crazy people do? They're crazy. But as we've already seen in previous documents in this huge drop, we're seeing now that Ray is very much still part of this case. And it's important because when it comes to the AT&T timing advance records that proves Bryan Kohberger's location, to me, personally, there's still some bullshittery happening when it comes to the state. Now, this is the state's motion in limine regarding those AT&T timing advance records. Let's just go through this real quick. Comes now the state of Idaho, by and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney, and respectfully moves the court for an order in limine prohibiting the defense from making any references to the absence of AT&T timing records for Bryan Kohberger. The state brings this motion based on defense counsel's repeated references to the alleged existence of AT&T timing advance records related to defendant's cell phone. The state has been advised and will offer documentation and or testimony that AT&T records are produced by their Global Legal Demand Center. AT&T GLDC, which is the demand center, did not begin producing timing advance records until May of 2023. What else happened in May of 2023? Yeah, the grand jury. So why? Oh, why? If they had all of his information and were trying to prove in that probable cause order that he was the one in the car, that he was the one that did all these things because their information already proved it, why are they not even trying to actually make that actually make sense until 5 months after his arrest? Now, what I would love to know is if this was before the grand jury or after the grand jury. Because if they didn't start doing this until May of 2023, it's almost because what they were trying to prove was really questionable and just didn't really work out well. Because remember, 6 people in that grand jury asked for more information and were told there is none. So is this them trying to make up for that whole there is none? Because again, they didn't start until May of 2023. Now, this next sentence is also really kind of confusing to me. You guys tell me how this sounds to you. And I'm going to start by rereading that previous sentence. AT&T did not begin producing timing advance records until May of 2023. All records for defendant's phone were obtained from them in December of 2022. So they got records from the GLDC 5 months before they even started doing the timing advance record, because that's how that reads. The state intends to supplement this motion with additional information from the FBI and or AT&T prior to the hearing on this motion on April 9th of 2025. Now, this is why this document ties in with today's order from Hippler. Today's order makes it to where Cy Ray, which is Cy Ryan in here because apparently no one cares to actually spell check, he and David Howell are not going to be allowed to actually testify during the hearing. According to the document, they're going to be allowed to basically stand by via a Zoom link. And anything that they are planning to say, according to Hippler, the actual expert here, they can say everything they want to say in declarations that are just presented in court. So their words and them actually speaking out loud exactly what's happening here, according to Hippler, is not necessary. The state is wanting to now present additional information. That's what a supplement is. It's additional information. So they are going to bring additional information that is either from the FBI and or AT&T, because it could be one, it could be the other, it could be both. It could literally just be the feds, and the company who actually holds the information doesn't say a word at all. So this is the case summary. And you guys remember how we had these two subpoenas. I wonder if it's for the two guys that are no longer even going to be able to testify. Now, I came on here just to see if the supplement from the state has actually been posted yet, but it's just not public. And it turns out it has, but as usual, the court's a bit behind. They've probably been really busy with all the 911 chaos. So they're a bit behind at getting the documents all up to date on the public interest profile. Look at all these that are incoming. Okay, just think of all the information that we've already had to go through, and now just go ahead and double that, because we've got the responses on both sides officially posted, okay? And I'm just trying to show you guys that right now it is 6:45-ish in Texas, okay, on March the 18th. And this order from Judge Hippler is officially the newest document. All the rest of those are not on here yet. So we have a whole bunch more information that we need to go through before this date right here, April 9th. Now, I think we've heard this David Howell name before. I wasn't exactly sure, so I looked him up, and there's actually a few different websites that kind of list people that do expert witness testimony, and he happens to be listed on quite a few of them that I did run across. But he is a former Apple software engineer with more than 35 years in the software industry and experience teaching computer science and engineering management at a graduate level. He has been retained as an expert witness in over 20 cases since 2017. He has founded 3 different companies and seems like he's up there, for real up there, when it comes to the way that phones themselves work. Now, it's interesting to me that he's an Apple software engineer by heart, from his origins. But then again, he also has worked with Samsung. So it seems like he definitely has knowledge from multiple sides. Look right here. Mr. Howell's engineering clients have included Apple, Intel, Samsung, Hasbro, and Lucasfilm. He holds 8 patents for software and hardware inventions. So he's definitely no dummy. And for this guy and Cy Ray to be willing to testify, especially Cy Ray, I don't really care what anyone thinks about that situation. For that man to be taking a different approach to his entire career, to be a part of this case, don't you think that if everything was really looking like Bryan could have actually been in the vicinity of 1122 King Road that night, that he would have been flipped already and working for the state? He puts bad guys away for a living. He would be doing so if that was the case here. So the fact that not only he's doing this for the other side for the first time ever, doing it in such a high profile way, and doing it for free, I'm sorry, but to me, that means something. They know they can't produce the information that they're claiming they can produce. If they could, we wouldn't be arguing all of this right now. They would be dead set on proving the fact that they know damn well they've got the right guy, and they can't. So far, everything that's being handed from the state over to the defense is not saying the story they want us to say it does. It does not read the way they are claiming that it reads. There's a problem there. And even for those of you who do believe that Bryan Kohberger is actually guilty, can you sit there and actually state there's nothing shady going on here? Can you look at this case and say this is 1,000,000,000% normal? There's nothing odd here at all. There's no questions to be asked. Can you do that? I think if you can, that you're lying to yourself. And that's just my personal opinion. But let me know how you guys are feeling about this new order down in the comments. And you guys will see me here streaming, if it's open, fingers crossed, the hearing on 4/9 of 25. As always, I will be streaming directly from the YouTube page, and I will be in chat with you guys. And we will go live later on in the evening to discuss, if needed, any new revelations or updates that actually happened that day. But until then, you guys, let me know how you guys are feeling about this order down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.